All right, everybody, welcome into our first edition of Keeping Up with Collinsville Athletics. I'm here with legendary, I don't know, I think legendary is a proper word to call Ernie Willingham. Old. First ballot Hall of Famer, legendary Ernie Willingham. How are you, Coach?
Good to see you.
Good to see you as always, man. I got the opportunity to come back out here and do a show with you this season, this fall, so I definitely wanted to jump on board with that. Coach, it's hard to believe football season's here already, but it's already here. You guys played a little jamboree 2 weeks ago, off last week, and now you're going to turn around and play Cedar Bluff tonight, who's 1-0, had a big win versus Valley Head. But how's the team looking this far, Coach? Just kind of catch everybody up to speed, so to speak.
We had a really good summer. Didn't practice in the spring, and so we got to start a week early with practice, and that meant we got to play the week -1 jamboree, and that went well. Had a couple of people hurt, though. I got a boy that broke his leg. They won't be back until 6th or 7th game, Jacob Niles, and Peyton Holbrook hurt his shoulder, but he got released today, as a matter of fact, and he's been to practice every day. He just hadn't been able to do a whole lot, but he'll get to play a little bit tonight. But we're ready to play somebody else. We did pretty good in the jamboree against Appalachian, and went and watched Cedar Bluff play last week and played Valley Head and beat up on them a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, they looked really good and much improved over last year, and we got our hands full tonight.
Coach, when you play a team like, let's rewind the clock to when y'all played App, they're going to give you a good look. They're a good physical team, got a big bruising running back. They got some kids that plays both ways, but they play hard and they're physical. What did you see from your guys in that game?
Well, our skill guys are returning. You know, most of them are 11th graders this year, and we've had them for several years. Some of them have been starting since 8th grade, and all of us have been starting since 9th grade. So, you know, 9th, 10th, this is their 3rd year to start, all of them, and we're pretty polished there and expected to be pretty strong there. And we lost most of our line, and I thought our line performed pretty well because Appalachian's got a pretty good-sized line, and, you know, we were able to do a few things, and hopefully we'll see a little more progress tonight.
No doubt. I know you're looking forward to it. When you turned on the film, but you also seen it in person. When you seen Cedar Bluff play Valley Head and the way they came out and performed, your ears kind of had to perk up a little bit because Valley Head had been beating up on a lot of people for a long time around here. But what'd you see?
I was kind of expecting. We played Valley Head 10th game, and they play Appalachian 9th game. So I was kind of expecting them that to be the two games that they had a chance to lose. I didn't know anybody else would beat them.
Yeah.
You know, and not saying they weren't the other teams I thought Cedar Bluff would be much improved, but I didn't know they'd be that much improved.
Yeah.
So yeah, it made me perk up. They've got a really, really big line, you know, and the quarterback is really good, can run around and spin it a little bit, and a running back that's pretty tough and can run around, and a fast receiver.
Yeah.
That caught a couple of touchdowns. I think he caught 3 touchdown passes, matter of fact.
There's a lot of people in North Alabama when that score rolled across was like, whoa, these guys.
Well, Valley Head's been undefeated or just lost one game for the last several years. Two years ago, they were undefeated when they came to Collinsville. Mm-hmm. You know, and we wound up beating them right at the end.
I remember that game.
I think they had a party planned when they got back. I like spoiling people's parties.
That's your MO, ain't it?
That's not necessarily MO, but I like it every once in a while when we do it. But you know, Hammond's my buddy at Valley Head, and you know, I talked to him the next day after Cedar Bluff, and he didn't have anything but good things to say about Cedar Bluff. So
yeah, Coach Crane, we do a show with him. He was excited about the opportunity of playing you guys and the big win last week. So you guys from Collinsville get a chance, you might want to check that out. See what the enemy's doing this week, because that's a good show. It's called Keeping Up with Cedar Bluff Athletics. Coach, turning the spotlight inward on this team. Since we haven't got to reach out to you and sit down and film this year, let's talk about some individual units. Let's start with offense. Tell us some of the guys. Obviously, you got a lot of leadership on that side and skill guys, but some of the guys on offense you got to count on this year.
Well, Mason McIntyre is the quarterback, and he's been the quarterback since 8th grade.
He's got several snaps under his belt.
He started every game in 8th grade, 9th grade, and 10th grade. And the best thing about that is he's an 11th grader now. So he's more mature. He's put on about 10 pounds, and he can probably throw it about 10 yards further than he could last year. And he's always been pretty intellectual at quarterback and gets us in and out of things. And he's got some checks that he does, and a few more this year than before. But he's a key on offense. Kyler Bean is a running back receiver back and forth, and he's been starting since he was in 8th grade. He's really good. Gavin Lang has been mostly a deep threat, but he's adding a little bit more to his game. You know, I think he's going to be able to take a handoff every once in a while. Silas Adams has stepped up his game a lot, put on some weight. Noah Johnson at the right, he's going to start running back, and he's a 10th grader, and he's a big old boy. He's put on probably 25 pounds this last year. He was 195, and then he can move around pretty good, and we like him. And I'm not going to try to name everybody. Some of the linemen, Bronner Jones and Sam Stewart are doing a really good job on the line, and we've got about 8 or 10 that's really got a chance to get into a rotation up there, and we're working hard. We know we're a little bit behind in the line area because we had so many seniors last year, but some of these guys got some snaps. We got way ahead of some people last year, and even some of these guys got snaps when it mattered.
Right.
But so cover's not bare there, and we're working hard, and we're hoping we can get there.
I know it's going to be a lot of the same names. A lot of your guys go both ways, but defensively, some of the guys.
Well, we had a few different names. Travis Ledford is a senior, and he had homeschooled and was not going to play, and then he came back right before the season started and decided he could do both, and he started at middle linebacker, and he got hurt last year. He played the first 3 or 4 games and then got hurt and missed the rest of the year, but he's a really good player on defense.
That's awesome.
And some of the same names. Sam Stewart will start inside linebacker. Gavin Lane, Jeremiah Keegan. I didn't name him on offense either, but he's a receiver / fullback, H-back type, and really big and strong. And him and Noah Johnson, Sam Stewart, Kyler Bean, Jeremiah Keegan. That's the 4 linebackers in our 3-4 scheme. 3-4 scheme, and they're really
they're elite.
I don't know about elite. I don't know if we got anybody that's elite, but I like them. They play hard. And they've got a good attitude and play hard, and they give us everything they got, and they make some plays.
They're good high school football players.
Make some plays, and the secondary guys are the same ones they've been. The same names I told you on offense.
That's right.
A while ago, those same skill guys.
Coach, the one unit that always gets overlooked but can win and lose games for your special teams. Tell us who you got.
Yeah, we're replacing all those guys. Punters are gone, kickers are gone, snappers gone.
That's tough.
We got my holder back.
Got your holder
They got my holder
there
back.
We go.
So we got one back on special teams, and he's a good holder.
There you go.
But
that's important.
And but we've got young kickers. We don't have as much trouble with kickers here as some schools do because our soccer team won the state last year. If you didn't know that, our boys soccer team, and they compete every year for a state championship, and those guys help us out. I've got 2 9th graders. They're 9th graders, and they can really kick it.
Yeah.
One of them played as a 7th grader, didn't play last year, and he was. I had a bunch of kickers older than him, but as a 7th grader, he was 15 out of 15 extra points on the varsity. So he's back as a 7th grader, and he didn't play last year as 8th grader because he plays travel soccer. He's one of the best soccer players in the United States.
Yeah.
His age group, so he travels around. He goes to Nashville and Birmingham and spend a month in Philadelphia this summer. But he's back, and got him and another kicker, and then a little 9th grade punter also. As a matter of fact, Brantley Daugherty does a good job punting, so I think we're okay.
Well, Coach, before I get out of here, I always like to turn it back over to you. I know y'all got a game today. You got stuff to do, so I got to move on down the road. But just final thoughts, anything you'd like to talk about the crowd, anything that everybody needs to know about tonight's game or anything?
It's just a normal game. We've expanded our seating on the visitor side.
Good.
And for those, everybody, a lot of people don't know, we've got a gate on the trade day side where you can come in. You can park in that big parking lot down there, the first parking lot at trade day.
That's huge for visitors. And
for visitors, yes. I'll call Cedar Bluffs coach, and I usually call everybody and tell them it's easier to get in and out.
That's right.
Down there because you don't have to fool with the school stuff. You can just park in the big trade day parking lot and come in. But we had a big crowd. Week before last, we played Appalachian at home and expect a big crowd. And I went to watch Cedar Bluff play last week, and they had a big crowd, and they're excited. So
that's right.
Yeah, we're excited, and they're excited.
Plus, I had a little bit of break in heat too.
It's going to be in the high 70s when it kicks off, and low 70s when it's over. So it'll be short sleeve weather, and
that's good.
Everybody needs to come out and watch it.
That's it, Coach. I appreciate you sitting in. Looking forward to coming by and seeing you each and every week. Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
Thank you.